Greetings. This is Robert Forsch with the YouTube channel Truth. I'm recording on the P1000 as well. You might be wondering what it is this broadcast is about. Well, essentially, if you have the capacity to put me in a deep fake in the Truth Mobile up in space, like the Starman in the Roadster, that'd be great. If you want to put me in the Roadster, that'd be just great. Or the Cybertruck. That would be cool too. What I wanted to do is I'm looking to upgrade my Truthmobile, and I was thinking, boy, it would sure get people talking if I had access to a Tesla Roadster, Cybertruck to do what I do. Because of what I do and where I do it, this is an area that has about 20 million guests a year. And I would go on continuing to tell the truth. I don't need to have ownership of any of the technology, just using it would be fine for me. So right now the deep fake technology exists that there's ample amount of raw footage to actually merge my voice and imagery in the Tesla Roadster in space. That technology exists. And other people have done memes with it. They'll put themselves in the Roadster, and it's been done. The thing that's interesting about who I am is that, well, 40 million people have seen me and heard me on worldwide broadcasts and recordings. Oh yeah, yeah, so I'm fine with the Truthmobile the way it is right now. However, if I could get an upgrade, the Cybertruck or Roadster would draw a whole lot of attention from everybody. Now, I've got a what if for you. I understand it's unlikely that Elon is going to have me come out to Fremont and do some hot laps on the test track with the Roadster or Cybertruck, but if he and I and Franz could do that, that'd be awesome. I would love that. The other thing is if somebody, maybe other than Elon and his resources, wanted to go ahead and put a home here that they come and visit and have the Cybertruck or the Roadster labeled up with truth on it, I'd be happy to take care of it, to detail it, and give it a lot of recognition. It would create quite a stir in the truth community. I've got a what if for you as well. What if Elon Musk really wants to highlight how ridiculous the whole space program is with NASA by inserting his activity in there? How about that? Is that even a possibility? Well, maybe. I don't know. I would have no way of knowing that. So the sun is coming towards us right now on the stationary and level Earth, and there it is, right there. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on that a bit. Yeah, I realize all that may sound kind of strange to you. I think I'm going to go ahead and just, I don't actually need to zoom in on that for right now. I've got plenty of captures of the sunrise. You could check it out if you like. One of the reasons, there's several reasons why I hashtag the Cybertruck and Elon Musk and deepfake and AI and my name and phone number all together there. If somebody wants to reach out and call me, you could call anytime. One of the other reasons is it's going to draw some uh, interest. Now, I've got the Gigafactory video on my channel. I've got the Roadster, the Cybertruck, all of that's there. Right now, there's 5,000 videos for your consideration. Food for thought. What I'm presenting is what I believe the reality of the situation in the world we live in actually is. And I'm telling you straight out what I believe that is. Now, as a biblical creationist, I realize that God's word says the earth doesn't move. Well, that means that all this spinning, wobbling, and gyrating and hurling through space it's a wet dream. It's a fantasy. It's not happening anywhere. You can't get water to stick to a tennis ball, beach ball, or the globe. So if somebody's exposing the globalists and they're not exposing the global lie, well, they've got a couple pieces of the puzzle. One of my friends in Australia said, does believing the flat earth affect my salvation? Well, first off, if you're a child of God, you're going to be born again and you're going to love the truth. So anybody that's believing a lot of science fiction fantasy as their reality, unfortunately, they're deceived. There's no nice way of putting it. You got no curvature on the x-axis. That's the horizon. It's absolutely horizontal. That's why I stay here and I do this here. I'm going to go ahead and spin this on around so you can see where I am. I'm at the Cherry Grove Fishing Pier here in North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and that is the Prince Resort there. And here we've got the Elvis storage unit. They've also got the porta potties. That's part of where I got the. Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, and gyrating? Playing it. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Earth doesn't move. The sun, moon, and stars move above the stationary and level Earth. The biblical proclamation conclusively exposes the reality that the space programs of the world are lying about all that space travel. It's not happening except in the imagination. So there's a lot of deceived individuals about that. I've got an irregular surface here. It's a little challenging to work with, but I'm going to do that right there like that anyway. It's a bit of a sound check. My P1000, I don't have a remote mic on. I'm using the AirPod Pros with the iPhone 11 Pro Max. Currently, I don't have any corporate sponsors or celebrity endorsements that I'm getting paid for. Right now, artificial intelligence could drop a tremendous amount of money into my bank account and let people talk about that. Is he an agent? Who's he really working for? Well, I'll tell you who I'm working with. I'm working with everybody that wants to expose the reality of the world that we live in. Now that I'm actually born again, meaning the creator of the known world and unknown world lives in and through me. You may know him as Jesus Christ, Yeshua, the living word, the living water, the great I am, the Alpha and Omega. As amazing as artificial intelligence is, that's only knowing partial. Omnipotence is knowing the capacity and reality of knowing everything. Wow. That exceeds artificial intelligence by an immeasurable amount. I'm going to take us on out onto the beach a bit. It is so beautiful out there. People come from all over the world to visit here. Yeah, you know what? I think this is probably good. I like the shot. I want to leave the Truth Mobile in the shot as well as the Prince Pier. So I've got friends like Alex Michael, Flat Earth Man. He could probably deep fake me into a Cybertruck. In fact, I've got to go to his channel. He's featured on my channel. Anybody that wants to deep fake yourself into the the Tesla Roadster. That'd be fine. I think that'd be freaking funny. So even if this is just, Elon says it's 1 in a billion chance that we're living in a base simulation. Whose simulation are we living in, Elon? Yours, mine? Is it actually a simulation or is it a reality? Well, I believe we're living in a computer programmed reality, which is an interesting situation. We have a cybernetic collective, a whole bunch of people that are brainwashed and controlled largely by the influence of the computer programming on our phones, computers, all of that. Our phones are mobile computers. There currently is frequency to brain interface with the internet, the cloud, as far as I know. That's there's patents that talk about it. I've got it on my channel. You can look at it if you want. Now, I got a notice about a couple weeks ago when I did a premiere. I did like one of my videos like I normally do, and when I post it, I had it show up as a premiere. At which point, YouTube took my entire liked videos playlist and turned it private. What that did is it deactivated tens of millions of locations where that playlist existed. Wow. So I was able to turn it back. So it's public. It's public now. What ended up happening was I researched it a little bit, saw that YouTube said that the liked videos playlist would no longer be publicly visible. Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Well, one of the reasons would be me. Yeah, I am way outside the box as far as what I'm doing, what I've been doing most of my life. And so what I've compiled is a powerful group of documentaries and as well beautiful time-lapse video footage from all over the world, from aerial platforms above Australia. Right now I've got there, not showing the wildfires, just showing the beauty and majesty of creation there. And I've got documentaries exposing the atrocities of the Australian wildfires, the bushfires they call them. There's a harvesting of water, the creation of dams and holding water back from where it should be going to irrigate the wildlife. If you like the look of koalas and it's tugging on your heart to see firemen and people holding burned up koalas and trying to nurse them back to life, know that the corporations that are involved in holding that water back and creating and modifying weather worldwide. The United States Navy has said in their documents that they control the weather. We've got HAARP, the High Active Auroral Research Program project in Gakona, Alaska, that can shoot energy up to the ionosphere for communications and more, modifying the weather. Tesla, Nikola Tesla, created an earthquake in New York with a small device, tapping into the harmonics of the Schumann resonance, the frequency of the world, of the earth. I've got a photographic memory. I pore over information. I remember and retrieve whatever I need to and want to at the time. And that's part of where the humor is. Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, gyrating? All of our interaction with water basically exposes the impossibility of the globe. We don't have an upside down world in relationship to this one. There aren't people sitting on toilets upside down in relationship to people sitting on toilets here. That's absurd. That's ridiculous. Yet a lot of people believe that lie. Apparently, according to NASA and the space programs of the world and the astronomical physicists and all that are saying that we're rotating in an easterly direction, 1,038 miles an hour at the equator. Yet we can't feel it. If you can feel it, seek immediate attention. In the winter, obviously in December today, the sun appeared right here. In the summer, it comes up way over there or appears way over there. You can look at the laws of perspective. If you don't understand how this works, how the sun is above the earth, actually in the midst of the clouds, as Job 37 says, you can look into it if you want. If you just want to convince other people how stupid they are and display your ignorance, that's entirely up to you. Some people have, I've got a video called Local Sun where over in Myrtle Beach, you can see the sun appearing to be in the midst of the clouds. And people have said, they'll show me the 20 mile high balloon footage and the sun above the clouds. Where's the sun in the clouds now? It's based on perspective. How far away is the sun from us right here? I don't know exactly. But like I talked about last night in my sunset broadcast, they can see the sun in California right now. It was right before our sunset, which was 5:22 Eastern Standard Time here in the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina area. And then the sun vanishing from that vantage point is going to be hours later. How does it all work? Perfectly. It's a celestial timepiece. The sun, moon, and stars move above the stationary and level earth. One of the things that I want you to consider, there would be no level anywhere on a spinning water ball hurling through space. Just take a carpenter level or a spirit level, bubble level, set it on a window ledge, granite countertop, or a sidewalk. It's not going to be moving. It's going to stay there, and you can watch how the sun will continue to move, or the moon, or the stars. Now, many of us have seen the star trails turning. I've got one person that commented on my stuff, showing me the what he believed the incontrovertible evidence of the sphere by showing me star trails. That's absurd. That would be like him telling me Santa Claus is going to bring me a lump of coal for being a naughty boy, for telling the truth or to lying to people, actually, from his perspective. Keep in mind the deceived are unaware that they're deceived. They don't know, and they don't know that they don't know. And to be intellectually honest, if I was deceived about an issue, I wouldn't even know it. By irony and paradox. Same goes for everybody else. When the modern theoretical physicists are talking about superposition, Schrodinger's cat, and multiverses and all this bullshit, I'm calling them out on it. It's a lie. It's a fantasy. It's not real. It's make believe for adults. We had the Santa Claus lie when we were little kids, and then we've got quantum physics for the adults. The thing that Ouija boards and quantum computers have in common with one another, they're drawing from a different dimension, and it isn't good. It's not a good thing. It was forbidden in God's word. Communicating with spiritual entities that are in opposition to God. How about that? I'm telling on them. We have spiritual entities that can inhabit people and do. They did, and they will. So part of the idea of this is simply to let what can you do about it? They're toxifying the food, water, and air, and the information, presenting deception as the truth, calling right wrong and wrong right. We're at the cusp. We are at the precipice, at the location where the mark of the beast system could be mandatory. You either accept the mark of the beast and worship the beast, the image of the beast, or you're going to be persecuted, could be having your head cut off, starved to death, or unfriended, or blocked, or more. Yeah. So artificial intelligence has administrative control access to the entire internet, including the creation and generation and distribution of electricity worldwide. So we don't need to have Kim Jong-un hit the launch button for an EMP. AI could selectively interrupt the power distribution. Imagine New York City without electricity, or LA. I used to live in LA area, Seal Beach, California. There's technology right now that you could have a house that's off grid, made out of steel reinforced concrete, and all powered up by solar, integrating geothermal, balancing out the internal temperature of the house using the earth, because it's cooler down below, 10, 15 below. It's a stabilized temperature. You could recirculate that air through an exchanger that the air flows through. There's technology right now where you can shatter the bond between oxygen and hydrogen and create hydroxygen. The water out there is hydrogen and oxygen, H2O. HHO can melt rock and cut steel. How about that? Did you know about it? It's on my channel. Denny Klein made the water torch. He ran his car on HHO. Stanley Meyer went from coast to coast on less than 30 gallons of water. Did you know about that? He's on my channel. They killed him for not selling out to the billionaires that are involved in the petrochemical industry. We live in a corporations are largely ruling the world. The United States is a corporation. There's no law that says you have to pay income tax. God help you if you decide not to. From freedom to fascism, Aaron Russo did a video on that. It's on my channel. IRS agents left the agency because they couldn't stand being the Guido or the thugs that were enforcing compliance that had no legal requirement. There's no law that says you have to pay income tax. Look at the biggest corporations in the world. How much tax do they pay? Not so much. Not so much. So some of the richest people in the world and the most powerful people in the world know who I am and have seen me, whether they realize it or not. Where I was at the first Flat Earth conference, that vehicle, the Truth Mobile, was seen there. I was standing at the back of it. It just had the Bible.com on it at that time. I've got a couple more minutes on this recording for the P1000. I just want to walk this around a little bit because I've got the two, whoops, because I've got the two recordings going right now. It's a little bit complicated. I've got two lenses of the camera I'm working with. So this is what a lot of people saw at the first Flat Earth conference, the Bible.com logos. So imagine the Bible.com guy or the truth guy being in the a deep fake in a Cybertruck or a Roadster, or Alex Michael, the Flat Earth man. That'd be kind of cool. So I want to thank you all for your public and private encouragement. I'm going to show you my contact information there. Robert Forsch at Gmail, if you wanted to Gmail me, that'd be cool. Call me if you want. Call me whatever you want. I get a few prank calls, not too many of those. I take them serious anyway. People are searching for meaning and purpose in life. I'm so grateful that I have found that I want to share that with anybody who's interested. That's why I do this. So there you go. Make it go viral if you want. It'd be freaking funny. Imagine that. Imagine that. Me in the Cybertruck up in space. Spaceman. Freaking spaceman. I have a friend who we used to call Spaceman. We used to race dirt bikes with him. This is all kind of interesting. Unfortunately, Spaceman can't see my videos because he got on drugs, lost hope, and killed himself. I'm exposing the pharmaceutical industry for what it is. The system doesn't care whether you get your drugs in the public water system, the corner drugstore, or the local drug dealer. Wait, they're all kind of connected, aren't they? Making a Killing is a documentary about the pharmaceutical crimes against humanity, the drugging of our food, water, air, and humanity. So I'll do what I can to help people know the truth about all that, as long as I can. All righty. Think I'm gonna call it a wrap. Thank you so much. And there you have it. Thank you again.